In this video, I've got another live edge woodworking project to share with you. I'll be making a coffee table from a beautiful piece of white oak. Several months ago, I made a video featuring a live edge book-matched office desk that I made out of two crotch sections of a white oak tree. That project turned out really nice, and I use that desk every day. If you'd like to check it out, I'll leave a link to that video at the end of this one. Well, I had one slab of wood left over from that project that I wanted to do something with, so I made a coffee table out of it for some friends. What follows is an overview of the build to hopefully inspire you to make something similar yourself. As you can see here, this slab of wood was already starting to crack down the middle right after I cut it, so I had to immediately use some wood glue and wood filler to hold it together while it dried out, which thankfully worked and prevented any further cracking. Due to the size of this slab of wood, I wasn't able to get a nice, perfect level cut with my chainsaw mill. So the first step here was to level out the slab, which I did with my DeWalt power planer, as well as my routing sled. After getting the slab leveled out, I trimmed off a little bark and dead wood around the edges, and then started sanding it down, working my way from 60 to 220 grit sandpaper. Next, it was time to fill all the remaining cracks in the wood, so I first put a layer of masking tape over the big cracks on what was to be the underside of the table, and then filled the cracks in from the top with wood filler. After the wood filler was good and dry, I sanded down the whole slab again in preparation for finishing it. For the underside of the table, I painted it all flat black with several coats of paint to give the wood a good seal. Next, I cut out some table leg risers and attached them to the slab, as I wanted this piece to be around 16 inches tall, and without the risers, it was a little too short. After attaching the risers, I painted them black as well, and then simply attached the legs. I gave the top of the table one final sanding with 220 grit sandpaper, and then applied the stain, which for this project was Minwax Special Walnut. After the stain was good and dry, I wiped the whole thing down with a lint-free cloth and then gave it several coats of satin polyurethane to give the table more of a flat-looking finish instead of the super high gloss of epoxy resin, which I've used on many of my past projects. Here's the finished product ready for action. I hope you've enjoyed this video and feel inspired to make something similar yourself. And if you'd like to see lots more videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to this channel. And check out the 3 Minutes Outdoors website at 3minutesoutdoors.com. And finally, if you'd like to support this channel, click on the link in the video description below to find out more.